Hello, air signs. How are you? This is Meaningful Intuitive Guided Tarot here, coming back to give you your full moon reading. Wow! It's that full moon reading in the sign of Sagittarius. So, if you are of air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, this is your full moon reading. All right, Aquarius, let's get into it. But before we get started, just want you to know that this is a general for the collective of you air signs. So at any time that you feel that you want a little bit more deeper clarification, insights into your own unique personal situation, I am open for private personal readings. Feel free to reach out to me in the description box where I have my email. You can email me that you're interested or requesting for a booking for your own private reading. And there is where you would actually get a little bit more insight for me to chime into your own situation in terms of what, on a personal, really personal level, how this full moon will impact you moving ahead. All right. So like I said, this is a general, so it may or may not resonate. You know what to do by now. Just only own what is specific for you. All right. But I feel that there's a message for someone. I strongly feel that. I always feel there's going to be a message. So guys, I hope you did get a chance to watch my overview video, which has already been uploaded on my channel. But in that overview, I mentioned that this new moon is about new possibilities. It's also contacting your higher truth. So what and how will this full moon mean for you guys? So let's talk about the astrological energies that I pulled out. So the first one is the ninth house, because that's where Sagittarius rules, the ninth house, but it's about exploration. So we're going to chime in and see in what area of you guys' life will call for exploration. Then the next astrological energy is of the sign itself of Sagittarius. They are all about expansion. So we're going to see in what area you guys will be expanding in. And then last, just like I mentioned with the other reading that I did for the fire signs, that I did something different in terms of the astrological energy. Usually I pull out pertaining to the full moon, but we already know what the full moon is about. So I wanted to dap in to see what and how you guys will be when it comes to the north node energy from the moon's perspective. Because in that overview, I did mention, if you didn't get to watch it, I did mention in my overview that this Jupiter is going to magnify karmic vibes of the north node in the sign of Taurus, which is close trine with the lovely planet of Venus. So it speaks about the north node that is all a part of the other astrological energies. We have so many energies at play right now, but with the north node, it speaks about stepping out of your comfort zone. So we're going to close out with chiming in to see what message came out for you guys and how the advice, the message, the outcome when you step out of your comfort zone. All right. So let's go back over to the first energy of the ninth house of exploration. So when asked in what area of your lives that is called upon to explore or exploration, you guys, you got the King of Coins with Temperance. The King of Coins is also equivalent to the King of Pentacles. So I will tell you guys right off the bat that you air signs, it's all about your money. Okay, your money is on your mind and your mind is on your money. It's all about money. That is the focus. And I really think that for most of you that has been the focus, not just recently, but I think in the past year or two, give or take, I think you guys have been about your money. Why I say that is because with the major arcana of the Temperance, it shows that you guys have been very patient. You've been patient with trying to see the fruits of your labor, particularly if you have made investments, right? So for some of you, you guys have invested into certain things and you haven't seen your return on those investments, right? But in whatever area, maybe when it comes to your career, maybe you are an entrepreneur, for my entrepreneurs out there. Again, you haven't seen much progress. And some of you are at your wit's end and almost giving up. But with the Temperance here, it says, hang on, stay there, because with this full moon, it's going to amplify that energy of all that you have done. It's going to come to your fruition. I'm really strongly feeling that. And I did see other readings. And when it comes to your air signs, they as well got the same type of interpretation and message that you guys are about your money, but that it's going to pay off. You're going to see the fruits of all that you put into. So hang in there. Do not give up, because if you give up, guess what? It's not going to happen. But also with this full moon is all about expanding your appetite to explore new ways and how you can make money. Now, this is also kind of reminding me of the reading I just did for the fire signs. Their energy under this as well was about finding ways, new perspectives, and how they can look into exploring their wealth. And I mentioned that some of them might join some type of seminar or program or get into some kind of class that will help you to learn how to make better investment choices, right? Because maybe some investments you made was kind of shoddy. It wasn't something that really turned out to be about anything, right? And so sometimes we kind of tend to go toward one of those quick fix kind of schemes, and then we know sometimes it's not what it was meant to do, and it disappoints us. So I think for some of you, you have been very much disappointed in the past up until now about your money, investments, just your own material, personal wealth. And so again, I will stress that this full moon in Sagittarius, because Sagittarius is a fire sign, which means it's about passion, but it's about movement. And so when you guys are driven and going to be driven by this energy of this full moon, that's exactly what it's going to do. Because remember, as I said, the temperance, you guys are almost at your wit's end. You are just kind of like saying, when is it going to happen? I've been so patient. Like, I just can't be patient any longer. You have to be. Because with the temperance showing up here, this is also divine intervention at play here. So whatever it is that you have prayed upon, whatever you have manifested, it's going to materialize in your physical world, right? You may not see it, and you may doubt yourself, and you may not believe it, but I feel the energy. It's a brewing. Let's think of it this way. It's building momentum, right? So stay with focusing, being positive, to know that new horizons is upon you at this time, but also to know that during those moments that you have seen stagnation pertaining to your money and your finances, it's about to change. So thank this full moon in Sag that it has, and that it's now stationed, that you can utilize this energy of it. Now, to clarify those energies, we got the Fool clarifying the King of Coins. So the Fool is about taking that leap of faith, right? But it's also about starting over. So because this is an energy of new possibility, this is where you guys will get some kind of clarification, because mentioning that, by the way, this is a major arcana. And then another major arcana is the moon, which means that the moon somehow, how ironic, we're under a full moon and you got the moon in your energy reading, which means that you guys particularly, and just by the way, for you Geminis, the sun is in the sign of Gemini. So for you Geminis, you're going to really feel this impact of this full moon even more intensely, because with this full moon, it's crossing or opposite to the sun, right? I'm still learning my astrology, but I know the basics and understanding of it. But just so guys that you are aware, for my Geminis in particular, that because it's opposite to the sun, that means that not only it's going to give you the momentum and the urge to really go out and explore whatever area of your life, but particularly under this exploration, it's talking about you guys' money. So I feel that collectively, this is going to hit home for a portion of you, right? But with this moon energy, it's indicating that somehow you're going to get clarity. Whatever that you haven't really seen, or if you haven't had any type of insight in terms of how can you revisit what you have set out to do in the past. What can you do to change around the outcome moving ahead? This is where you're going to get some kind of clarity about it. And when you do, that's when you're going to leap out, and it's almost like a reset. This is like a reset button because it's at zero. It's the beginning of something, which makes sense and comes in handy at this time, because that's what this full moon is about. So you're going to feel this shift in this energy, if not today, but in the next couple of days, even beyond that, within this month. Full moons, even though the waning of it it's 3 days after the initial station of it, it still lives in the shadows of it, which means that you can feel the effects of it even after a week, after it has waned off, right? And sometimes it's almost like at that momentum point that by the 2 weeks end of it, you may begin to feel and see some type of positive expansion after you have explored, to know that it's in you to start again, but to see some type of new prospects, new possibilities is on the horizon. All right, so I hope that makes sense, but you got to hang in there. All right, now let's shift over to your next astrological energy of expansion. And expansion, in what area that you air signs would be expanding in? So we got another major arcana of the Hierophant along with the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is knowing your truth, because the swords is about communication, right? In this situation, it's not communication with other people. This is knowing your own hidden truth, because, or highest truth, because that is part of what my note from the overview mentioned, is that you're going to be in contact with your higher truth. And this is exactly what the King of Swords is, knowing your higher truth. But it also taps into, going back to the Hierophant, this is about spiritual awakening, spiritual knowledge. So for some of you, you might be wanting to know, what is your spiritual higher calling, right? Because we all have a higher calling. So for some of you, it might be you wanting to know, well, what is my purpose in life when it comes to your spiritual awakening, right? Maybe you're in the process of a spiritual awakening. What really lies beneath? So you're going to go deep into the surface, below the surface of things, to find your truth pertaining to what it is that your spiritual calling is about. But then for some of you, this could just be pertaining to some source of study, right? Pertaining, going back to that energy of exploring how you can make money, because it's also dealing with knowledge of anything, not just spirituality, even though this is one of the most spiritual energies of the deck, but it's just knowing, bringing some type of knowledge, studies into something that's going to help you see some type of positivity moving ahead, right? Now, to clarify that, we have the King of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands has come out again because you did get it. Well, actually, that's the next one, but it is here for a second time. But the the Eight of Wands is about moving, not going back, not thinking about what has failed, what didn't work, but moving ahead. It's very important and vital that you guys stay focused on your mission of what's ahead. Don't worry about what didn't work out and how it failed you. Don't reflect about the disappointment of whatever it is that you invested in. Now there's a new horizon that is taking place right now as we speak, starting from today. And with the King of Pentacles, if you stay focused, like I said, if you don't give up, you're going to get your King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is stability. Pentacles deal with money, finance, anything that's pertaining to material possessions. The King of Pentacles is letting you know that. But slow and steady wins the way. That full moon. Slow and steady wins the race. But overall, once you stay on course and stay focused, it's going to lead you to something that is stable. And that is what you guys have been driving towards. Something that is going to bring you a lot of wealth. Something that is going to make you comfortable. Something that you're going to feel that, this can also tap into like generational wealth that you want to leave behind. But it's something that you want to see in the long term that you can leave behind for those when you are gone out of this physical plane, right? In that aspect. But whatever it is, the Eight of Wands, it says stay focused, right? And it also is an energy of saying it's coming in sooner than later, because this is a quick moving energy, all right? So that is very good, right? But you got to stay focused and stay positive. Now, let's move over to your last energy of that North Node. How is it? What is the advice for you guys to help you step out of your comfort zone? This is the Eight of Wands again. When I said that it came out the second time, this is it here with another major arcana of the Hangman. So remember, I say Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't stop. You have to stay focused. Eight of Wands is movement, right? So you can't stop. If you stop, you're not going to see that progress. You guys have been very patient. Going back to that Temperance, you have been patient, which means that you guys are actually closer to your goal. Because of all that time that you have waited, you are actually closer to your goal. So stay focused and stay driven. That passion that you are looking for to really achieve and attain what it is you're looking for pertaining to your money, because money is all over your reading. You have to stay driven and focused. And we know that Sagittarius is a fire sign, and fire signs is about passion, but staying motivated, expanding in ways that you're going to see your overall success. And at the bottom of that deck, we got the Empress. The Empress is not doubting itself, but it's also an energy of new beginnings, which is what and how this Jupiter's energy that's in the mix of this is going to help you expand, explore, and help you to step out of your comfort zone, right? But it's also an energy of not doubting yourself. You can't doubt yourself. Remove that negative thoughts. Plunge on. Take on that spirit of that warrior type of attitude, and know that at the end you are going to reach your ultimate goal, but you got to stay on track. All right, my air signs. So I hope this really helped for you. Know that new horizons, new beginnings, and possibilities is all coming for you, right? Just think of it this way. The momentum is building and you're closer to your goal than you think. All right, my air signs. Again, I hope this was helpful. And like I said, at any time you feel that you want to kind of get a little bit more deeper into your own personal situation, reach out to me via email. It will be in the description box to book a reading for your own private reading. There, you will kind of get a more closer personal insight into your situation. All right, my air signs. So until the next full moon, I'm wishing all of you a wonderful evening. Peace, love, and light. Namaste. Bye.